Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. Recent research showed that Korean CEOs make an average of 4 major decisions per day, and apparently 38% of those decisions are critical to the welfare of the company. They also confessed that 60% of them actually regret some of the decisions that they made. And we can definitely relate to the difficulties in decision making. I'm sure that today's contenders will need good luck to go along with their great decision making skills. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the United team, Asma Anwar and Patrick O'Dowd. So tell us about yourselves.
Asma and I met about 2 years ago teaching English in Daegu. I'm still in Daegu, and she now lives and teaches in Seoul.
We're also both from the United States, Georgia, and we're also united in friendship, and that's our team name, United.
Well, United, it's great to have you here. Good luck to you today. Going against the United team, we have the Buddha team, Park Jung-bo and Lisa Witter. So why Buddha?
I don't think we have to explain the team name because you can just look at my hair. Well, actually, I'm not really into Buddhism or anything, but I really respect Buddha, and my partner Lisa's favorite nickname for me is actually Buddha, so we chose this name.
All right, well, thank you for sharing your nickname with us. Buddha team and United team, good luck, and let's have a great game today. We will open the game with multiple choice questions. You are given 5 seconds to answer per question. You get to choose United, Q, U, I, or Z.
Z?
Z.
Z?
All right, we will go with question set Z, number 1. Of the following, which is the calm area at the center of a storm? 1 nose, 2 eye, 3 ear, 4 mouth.
2 eye.
Going to question 2. Of the following, which baseball team was recently defeated by the Cleveland Indians with a score of 22-0 in the most one-sided game in its 101-year history? 1 Chicago Cubs, 2 New York Mets, 3 LA Dodgers, 4 New York Yankees.
4 New York Yankees.
And are you a big baseball fan?
As a matter of fact, I am. Atlanta Braves have won 12 straight division titles, so this year will be number 13 if they can keep it up.
Glad I gave you the chance to talk, right?
Yeah.
Going to question 3. Of the following, which is the northernmost city? 1 Paris, 2 Helsinki, 3 Buenos Aires, 4 Tokyo.
2 Helsinki.
Yes. Question 4. Recently, an animal of an endangered species named hua mei became pregnant in China. What kind of animal is she? 1 tiger, 2 whale, 3 panda, 4 fox.
What's the tiger or the panda?
I'm not sure, you can use chance.
Chance, please.
All right, we'll make things easier on you. And here we go.
Okay, we'll go with 3
Panda.
Yes. Going to question 5. Of the following, what is the music genre that the Senegalese group Dara J claimed was born not in New York but in Senegal? 1 rap, 2 hip hop, 3 lounge, 4 jazz.
Go.
4 jazz? Sorry, okay.
Rap that they claimed, yes, was created in Senegal. You end the section with 40 points on the board, but we have a lot of the quiz ahead. Buddha, now it is your turn. Please choose among sets Q, U, and I.
You, please.
Going with question set U, number 1. Of the following, which electronic device does not have rewind and fast forward functions? 1 TV, 2 DVD, 3 CD, 4 MP3.
1 TV.
Question 2. Of the following, which activity is not performed on ice? 1. Ice hockey. 2. Curling. 3. Roller skating. 4. Luge.
Number 3, roller skating.
Question 3. Of the following, who is the legendary kung fu master to be honored with a statue in the Bosnian city of Mostar? 1. Bruce Lee. 2. Jackie Chan. 3. Jet Li. 4. Yun Fat Chow.
Can I have chance?
Surely. We'll make
Right.
things easier on you. Yes. And now you can make your final decision.
Right. Number 1, Bruce Lee.
Yes. You have used chance, and if you get this right, you will tie with your opponents. We go to question 4. Of the following, which city did not rise alongside a major river? 1. London. 2. Madrid. 3. New York City. 4. Seoul.
Number 3, New York City.
It is Madrid that did not arise along a river. You end this section with 30 points, and United, you are in the lead. All right, you did a great job. Now we will go on to our password category. United, it's your turn. You will be given 100 seconds to go through a 20-word list. Your pre-chosen category is at the zoo. And do you have a favorite thing that happens at the zoo?
Just seeing animals, I guess. That would probably be it.
Yes, and which is a favorite animal of yours?
I enjoy the koala bear.
We'll see if that's on the list. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
You need this to get into the zoo.
Admission fee, ticket.
This is pink. It's sweet. You eat it.
Cotton candy.
This is a famous zoo in California.
San Diego Zoo.
I said California. This person takes care of it at the zoo.
Zookeeper.
Yeah. This is an animal with a trunk.
Elephant.
This is an animal that lays large eggs. It's flightless.
Ostrich.
This is a striped horse.
Zebra.
This is a type of snake starts with B.
Boa.
This ate my hair in Thailand.
Orangutan.
Type of
Monkey.
flipper.
Dolphin.
Long neck.
Giraffe.
It's a bird. It moves. It's an aquatic animal. It goes ooh
Shark.
ooh ooh. It plays
Otter.
Pass. It's a type of lizard.
Iguana.
Different type. Starts with K. In Japan. Pass. You put a baby in this.
Carriage.
Different type.
Pouch.
It moves. A human
Stroller.
baby.
Stroller.
Okay. This is the rabbit and the. It's a race.
Hare.
The hare and the.
Tortoise.
Another word for tortoise.
Turtle.
Okay. At school, you take a
Test.
to go to the zoo.
Homework.
You go to the zoo.
Field
You're
day.
out of school.
Pass.
No, you said it.
Oh, okay.
You said it. Okay. In Africa, you take a.
Safari.
This is a type of lizard. Starts with I.
Iguana.
Yeah.
Komodo dragon.
One of our key rules is that you can't use any of the words or phrases we give you on the board. You ended up using zoo in part of your hints
Okay,
for San Diego Zoo and Zookeeper.
I thought since it was like at the zoo, I could use that, but no. Okay.
Yeah. And you also used bird in hummingbird.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the
Komodo dragon.
lizard, yes, it's the Komodo dragon. But you did a great job. You end the section with 180 points on the board. Buddha, it's your turn now. And your category is holidays and festivals.
Right.
We're going to have a big one pretty soon in Korea.
Right.
Chuseok.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, actually I am.
Do you have any big plans?
I'm gonna go down to Gyeongsu with Chongpo to see his family.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
See Santa Claus.
Christmas.
S, Brazil.
Samba Festival.
H, trick or treat.
Halloween.
O, German Beer Festival.
Oktoberfest.
C, Korean Thanksgiving.
Chuseok holiday.
L, work.
Labor Day.
M, the day before Ash Wednesday.
Mardi Gras.
Pass.
All right.
V, hearts and chocolate.
Valentine's Day.
T, pumpkin pie.
Thanksgiving.
C, little kids.
Children's Day.
E, bunny eggs.
Easter.
S, green beer.
St. Patrick's Day.
Pass.
Oh.
G, creature pops out, sees a shadow.
Groundhog's Day.
Uh-huh. D, this kind of soup that you eat at Chuseok.
Dokku.
I, fireworks.
Independence Day.
D, in Japan, little figures that little kids like to play with.
Rabbit. Doll. All right. Doll.
Celebration.
Doll festival.
A, Germany, lots of concerts.
Pass.
Pass. S, it's a celebration in.
St. Patrick's Day. Oh.
Oh, you did a great job of going through almost the entire list. You didn't like the festival ones because you passed over Reno Jazz and Avignon. And I think you were a bit confused with this one. It's actually in Colorado, Aspen Music Festival. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
you, and the section with the lead, 190 points on the board. Congratulations, Buddha team. And now let's welcome Mr. David Huang onto our stage.
Hey everyone, how are you?
All right, how are you?
I can't complain. Guys and gals, welcome to our contender stage. And by the way, Team Buddha, you got your name because of your nickname, because of your hairstyle or lack thereof. And no, but the thing is, as for me, the reason why I mentioned that is that people are calling me by a nickname because of my hairstyle. And usually when it's shorter, because I have it like all to the middle, they used to call me like David Beckham, and I kind of like that. But now that it's getting, yeah, I know, don't laugh, I know. But now that it's getting longer, they're calling me Ace Ventura. So I think it's time for a haircut these days. So anyways, if we had to do a nickname for you, Eunyoung, today, because of your hairstyle, it would be Princess Leia without a doubt. It's looking really cute. Anyways, though, if you guys don't mind, I will go ahead and give you the rules for our next section. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, our next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. Now, if that team gets that question wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, if neither of you guys can figure it out, we're going to help you out with the help of a spelling hint. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question. You have 5 seconds to answer each one.
And I would like to remind you, please share your answers after you have buzzed in and I have called out your team name. Let's have question number 1.
All right, that's very important. And question number 1 is about character. A copyright infringement row over this character has set fur flying in China. A U.S. firm has accused 3 Chinese companies for publishing books without permission. They have denied the wrongdoing and contested the case in court. This is a famous, mischievous cat appearing in a daily comic strip and also in a recent film. What is this?
United.
Garfield.
And going to question 2.
All right, question number 2, and that was a very united answer. Question number 2 is about fruits. Australian engineers have created an electricity generator fueled by decomposing these and hope to one day build a full-sized, fruit-fired power station. If all goes well according to their plan, a power plant capable of powering 500 homes could be built. This is a long and slightly curved fruit with skin. What is this?
United.
Banana?
Banana, yeah.
And United, you have the lead, and you're increasing your lead 240 versus Buddha's 190. It's a very close game. Let's see what happens with question 3.
All right, question number 3 is about astronomy. Fred Whipple, the astronomer who first correctly described this as 30 snowballs, has died. He discovered 6 of these, all of which were named after him. He revolutionized the study of these astronomical objects when he proposed that they were not sandbags, but small bodies of rock, dust, and ice. What is this?
Buddha?
Mars.
United.
What is a comet?
Yes. And you're free to do what you like, but you don't have to put them in question form.
I'm sorry, I watched Jeopardy. I'm sorry.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, that's
Exactly.
Question 4.
Question number 4, all right? It's about titles. This movie has sold 2.4 million copies in the US by midday on its first day of release on DVD. Finding Nemo holds the US record for one-day DVD sales, selling around 8 million copies. Initial demand for copies of this movie on DVD and video cassette was 20% greater than predicted. This is Mel Gibson's biblical movie.
United.
Passion of Christ? The Passion of Christ.
Yes. I'm going to question 5.
By the way, it's quite amazing that a religious movie can have that much success, you know. Who would have thought? Anyway, question number 5, it's about people. Former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic has stated at his trial in The Hague that these people are not guilty of the crimes he is accused of orchestrating. He said that they were simply defending themselves in Croatia in the early 1990s. This is a member of a Slavic people. Who are they?
Big in the news. It's a word you all know. Let's take a look at the hint. United.
Serb.
Yes. And Buddha, I encourage you to bust in and let's go to question 6.
All right, question number 6 is about animals. Scientists have likened the behavior of this animal to tool use, something that is rarely seen amongst wild animals. This bird has been observed using dung as bait to trap beetles for food. This is a hooting bird of prey associated with the Roman goddess of wisdom, Minerva. What is this?
Wisdom, hooting, Buddha.
Phoenix?
United, it's your chance to answer. United?
Owl.
Yeah. And was that Hogwarts influence? J.K. Rowling. And moving on to question 7.
I think it is. It has cast a spell on all of us.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry about that. Moving on to question number 7. It's about the internet. The UN helped to promote the first annual Software Freedom Day on August 28th, giving out CDs and booklets about this technology. This is seen as a cheap solution in bridging technology gaps. It refers to any program whose program code is made available for use or modification as users see fit. What is this?
As you see fit, let's take a look at this hint. And what do we call something when it is made available? This is a combination of 2 words. 1, united.
Open source.
Yes. Going to question 8.
All right, moving on to question number 8. It's about person. Gael Garcia Bernal, the 25-year-old Latin American actor, is a rising star in the film world. In 2002, he was cast to play this person in the TV miniseries Fidel, a role he would reprise in his latest film.
United.
Who is Castro? Fidel Castro?
Buddha, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The Motorcycle Diaries. He played this Latin American guerrilla leader and iconic revolutionary. Who is this?
Buddha, 5 seconds. Generally, you can't go wrong when I give you a chance like that. Let's take a look at the hint. Revolutionary. Buddha.
Che Guevara? Oh, wait, sorry.
Yes. I'm sorry. I know, it's just nerves. Yes, it's Che Guevara. He was very popular recently in Korea, you know, in pop culture. Yeah.
You know, actually, Che Guevara was originally a doctor. He was a physician. He studied, I think, at the University of Buenos Aires. And he would have been 76 today, this year. I mean, not today, but this year, if he were alive. Anyways, though, may we move on?
Yes, surely. Let's have question number 9.
All right, question number 9 is about geography. George Brunstad, the 70-year-old man, has become the oldest person to swim across this. He arrived on the French beach of Sangatte on August 29th after...
United?
What is the English Channel?
This 70-year-old swam 15 hours and 59 minutes to cross this. Amazing. Going to question 10.
To say the least. Question number 10 is about companies. This company made a pre-tax profit of 660 million euros against an estimate of 552 million euros. It now expects to see profits rise by 10% across 2004 as a whole. The company is continuing with the biggest revamp in its 141-year-old history. This is the German drugs and chemicals giant famous for aspirin. What is this?
United?
Bear?
Yes. Moving to 11.
Question number 11 is about countries. This country has moved closer to establishing its first central government in more than 15 years. Its central government fell apart in 1991.
Buddha?
Russia?
United, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
After dictator Mohammed Ziad Barre was forced out by warlords. The new parliament is expected to elect a president to be based in Mogadishu, its capital.
United?
Somalia.
And recently a film was out, and I think that helped with us getting a sense of where Somalia was, right? I'm going on to question 12.
Question number 12 is about devices. Shipments of these are expected to rise by almost 50% over the next 5 years. So far, the devices have been slow to take off, hampered by their cost, size, and limited battery life. This is almost...
Buddha?
iPod?
United, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
This is almost as versatile as a PC. It crams email, multimedia messaging, a camera, games, a video and music player, and many other options into one gadget. What is this?
United?
Palm Pilot.
Why don't we take a look at the hint? United.
Smartphone.
Yes. And do you have one, by the way?
No, I sure don't.
Would you like one?
You were going to give me one?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like one.
I wouldn't, because I think it gives new meaning to losing your phone. Because if you lose your phone, you're like, I lost my camera, and my phone, and my MP3 player, and my... Anyways, my bank card even, because they use the...
The multifunctioning things?
Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. It's an advantage, but I think a disadvantage for people like me. So anyways, though, you got to keep smartphones away from guys like me. Anyway.
Well, if you don't lose it, it's a great tool, I think.
True.
And moving on to question 13 now.
All right. Question number 13 is about health. Full body scans expose people to similar levels of radiation as atomic bombs used in Hiroshima. It can detect things like cancer, but it can also cause cancer. Experts warn healthy people to not seek full body scans. This uses ionizing radiation to take pictures of the inside of the human body.
Buddha?
MRI.
United?
Cat scan? Cat.
Why don't we take a look at the hint? What is the tool that is involved in this? Buddha?
CT.
Yes. Computed. The process is called computed tomography. And it's good to see you, Buddha, on the board. And moving on to question 14.
All right, question number 14 is about survey. Management consultants A.T. Kearney rated India and China as the two most attractive countries for businesses looking for outsourcing opportunities. The rating was hardly a big surprise, but this country's third place in the survey was. This country is a corridor located around Kuala Lumpur, where companies can operate efficiently and enjoy tax breaks.
United?
Malaysia.
Yes. And going to our last question of the section.
All right, last question, number 15. It's about gems. The Daqing region of China is home to one of the country's most traditional industries, this farming. Almost 1,000 tons of these are produced each year by about 300,000 workers around China. This is a gem formed in mollusks. What is this?
United.
Pearl.
Yes. And with that, United, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Buddha, it was great to have you join us for our game. What do you want to say to your supporters?
I was really happy to be here, and okay.
Oh yeah, anyway, it was great being here. I hope we can do better in the futures.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And now, United, you'll be back in our final section. How do you feel to be the winners going on?
Feels good. A little nervous at first, but butterflies calm down and not too bad after all.
All right, so we'll be right back after this with the United and last week's winners. To our final stage, let's welcome back the Line 16. Thank you for joining us again. We have Jason Sipperly and Gavin Jones. It's great to have you on our stage. So, you're going for your second win this time.
Yes, that's right.
And how do you feel?
Good. Less nervous than last time we were here, so it should be good.
All right, since both teams are relaxed and ready to go, we'll get on with our game. In our final session, we'll give you 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each, ranked in difficulty 10 to 50 points. If you get a question correct, you can choose the next question. What are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are doors, capital ideas, edible chemistry, famous immigrants, and fantasy tales.
And why don't we begin with doors, 10 points. The computer animation is incredibly capable. The realistic moving mechanisms of the door at the end of this film were accomplished through the process labeled FIZT. It is the latest software developed by Pixar Animation Studios to realistically render complex physical models, which in this case are Sully's fur, United.
Monsters, Inc.
Yes. And Boo's clothing, that was another thing. James and Mike, who worked at the power plant, were other characters. Was Monsters, Inc. a favorite film of yours?
It's really good. Yeah, I did like it. I do like Pixar.
And it's good to see you on the board, United. You get to choose.
We'll go doors for 20.
Doors for 20 points. This song was written for the 1973 film Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and the song broke the top 20. It was written to portray the troubled heart of a sheriff in pursuit of a criminal who happened to be his friend. Later sung as an anti-war propaganda by People, the song went on to become one of Bob Dylan's most covered songs. United.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Yes, it also was played by the Guns N' Roses in 1992 as at a tribute concert for Freddie Mercury, and Avril Lavigne sang this song recently. Which is a favorite one?
I actually like Guns N' Roses' remake of Knocking on Heaven's Door.
And did you have a favorite too?
I don't know the song. I know the song. I don't know any remakes of it.
I mean, these are good covers. Guns N' Roses did an awesome job, but I think Clapton did a great job. Bob Marley, I think actually is probably my favorite. A little reggae style, Knocking on Heaven's Door is good. Check it out if you don't know.
All right, thank you for that musical pointer.
Pleasure.
And United, you get to choose.
Stay with doors for 30.
All right, doors, 30 points. The gates of this god's temple in the Roman Forum were closed in times of peace and opened in times of war. He was United.
Mars.
Line 6, it is your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. He was one of the principal Roman gods, the custodian of the universe. The first hour of the day, the first day of that month, the first month of the year were sacred to him. He had two faces, looking in opposite directions at the same time. He was the god of gates, doors, beginnings, endings, and doorways. Who is this? Line 6, 5 seconds. Line 6.
Janus?
Yes, January was named for him. And line 6, you've got 20 points versus United's lead of 30. You get to choose.
Capital ideas for 10?
Capital ideas, 10 points.
Bern became Switzerland's capital city in 1848. The city is noted for its fine collection of Gothic architecture and alpine scenery. Bern city center is largely medieval and has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. In 1191, Duke Berthold V of Zähringen founded the city on the river Aar and allegedly named it after this animal he had killed. This animal is the emblem of Switzerland's capital city.
United.
Bear?
Yes. Bern. And the name of this animal there sounds like Bern. And United,
We're going to hop back over to the doors.
For how much?
440.
All right, Doors for 40 points. The Doors was a musical band consisting of Jim Morrison, Ray Manzarek, Robbie Krieger, and John Densmore. They took the name from Aldous Huxley's book titled The Doors of Perception. It comes from a quote from this 18th century English artist and poet. Quote, "If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it truly is, infinite." End quote. This poet's most popular work is titled Songs of Innocence. Who is this? Songs of Innocence. Line 6.
Is it Milton?
United, 5 seconds. United.
Wadsworth.
This poet actually was in recent movies. Red Dragon. Do you remember that film? The guy dressed up or became the dragon due to this person's poetry and painting. Line 6.
Balzac? No?
United, 5 seconds.
Bern.
United.
Bern.
It's William Blake.
Oh no.
And why don't we go with edible chemistry for 10 points? This belongs to a class of organic compounds called alkaloids. Like many alkaloids, it acts as a poison in large quantities because it is a powerful stimulant of the central nervous system. But you should be safe since the lethal dose of this for adults is estimated at 10 grams. Therefore, unless you drink about 70 cups, United.
Caffeine.
Yes. Coffee a day, you will not die from this. It also occurs in tea. And United, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
We'll stick with edible chemistry.
For
20.
Edible chemistry for 20 points. This vegetable contains a chemical called propantheol S oxide. Chemical words containing thea or theo in their names mean that they contain sulfur-containing compounds with disagreeable smells. It has recently been discovered that that enzyme is responsible for making propantheol S oxide. Researchers have suggested that genetic modification may be the way to make this vegetable tear-free for chopping. United.
Onion.
Yes. And who knew propantheol S oxide was at fault? And United, you go.
We'll stick with edible chemistry for 30.
Closing and going on with edible chemistry, 30 points. This food contains the same happy chemicals found in some recreational drugs. Phenolphthaleamine. Line 6.
Chocolate?
Yes. And line 6, what would you like?
Let's change the category. Famous immigrants, 10, please.
Famous immigrants for 10 points.
When Nazis marched into Salzburg in March of 1938, George von Trapp decided it was time to leave Austria. The family left behind their home and all...
9-6.
The Sound of Music?
Yes. And contrary to that famous last scene in the film, they never had to cross the mountains. They actually took the train and to Italy and then flew to America, or yes, flew to America, sounds right. And Julie Andrews was famous for her role in this film. Is it a favorite of yours?
I've never actually seen it.
What?
You've never
Really?
seen The Sound of
I've
Music?
never seen The Sound of Music, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, I just
Wow.
knew the name Von Trapp family. That's from that movie. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And you're now tied at 70 points, line 6, and you get to choose.
Same category, 20 points, please.
All right, famous immigrants, 20 points.
Here we go, 20 points. Immigration has affected the culture and society of the U.S. Historically, the average number of this country's immigrants entering the U.S. from 1960 to 1962 and from 1965 to 1973 was significantly higher than the annual average of the last decade. Many famous stars grew up as immigrants. Andy Garcia once said,
United,
Italians?
line 6, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Andy Garcia once said, "The only thing missing from my life is this country." Gloria Estefan stated, "I have an American head and this country's heart." What is this country?
Line 6.
Cuba?
And line 6, you've taken the lead, 90 versus United 70. It's a very close game. What would you like?
Same again, 30 points.
30 points.
All right, famous immigrants, 30 points.
All right. Karl Marx's application for British citizenship was rejected in 1874, and Prussia refused to re-neutralize him. He finally settled in London, where he lived as a stateless exile for the rest of his life. Marx lived much of his life in exile and poverty, and his ideas were not widely recognized until after his death. With Frederick Engels, he published this book, which is the central text of modern communism, in 1848. What is the title of this book?
United.
The Communist Manifesto?
Yes. And United, the lead now is yours by 10 points, and you get to choose.
Let's go to Fantasy Tales for 10.
All right, Fantasy Tales, 10 points.
Hi, Contenders! We are Little Witches!
Broom Broom Magic Broom is a musical for children running from September 16th to October 10th.
The story is about two students of a magic school, Chi-Chi and Pepe, who are trying to win over the magic broom, which will be awarded to the best student at the graduation ceremony.
However, winning the broom is not an easy task for them. Broom is one of the most well-known magic tools among people. I bet that you have tried at least once as a kid pretending to riding on one.
Today's questions are about the children's literature, which will, I hope, bring back all the unforgettable memories of when you were a kid.
Good luck!
Most people know The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum from the 1939 movie, but they may not know that there are many more books and adventures in that series. Those books are still quite available for today's children. They all have witches, flying monkeys, and cowardly lions, and a girl who just wants to go home. This girl in the story goes back to...
Line 6.
Dorothy?
There's actually a story where she goes back with Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. Have you read anything else
Can't say I have.
involving
No.
Dorothy's adventures?
I actually read a book about an adult version of The Wizard of Oz called Wicked, and it was about the life of the Wicked Witch of the West. It was very cool.
Oh, yeah. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And now you're tied at 100 points, line 6 and United. And what would you like?
Continue with Fantasy Tales for 20.
Fantasy Tales, 20 points.
This is the title character of a fairy tale written by the Grimm brothers in 1857. This name is believed to be derived from an old children's game which was mentioned in one of the Johann Fischart's books. The name is known by a variety of names in a number of other languages. For example, El Enano Saltarín in Spanish, Utz Ligutzli in Hebrew, and Tom Tit Tot in English. This little man helped out
United.
Tom Tom?
Line 6, it's your chance to answer. She'll finish the question.
by turning straw into gold. What is this?
Line 6, 5 seconds. Line 6.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes. He stamped his foot deep into the ground and tore himself apart in his rage, and this was one of those stories that made you feel like names were very important. And line 6, you're in the lead now. You get to choose.
Continue with Fantasy Tales for 30.
Fantasy Tales, 30 points.
According to some theories, the popularity of this person's works is due to the profound psychological perceptions in the fantasy. On the other hand, according to others, it is because of the mathematical logic underlying their fantasy. Above all, this English author and mathematician achieved to combine fantasy and humour in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Line 6.
Lewis Carroll.
Yes. Through the Looking Glass is another one. And United, it's just the battle of the buzzer. And line 6, you get to choose.
Same again, 40 points, please.
All right, going with Fantasy Tales, 40 points.
On the surface, this can be easily seen as a children's book. However, it actually contains many themes that only an adult, a grown-up, can fully grasp. The story starts with a book which is bought from an antique bookstore.
Line 6.
The Never-Ending Story.
Yes. It's Michael Embdy's most well-known novel. It's a favorite tale of yours?
I just remember the bookstore book thing, and I just pretty much guessed it. So.
I love that story. Another one. Atreyu.
I know.
Come on, he's the all-time hero.
Sorry, at least.
It was a good movie.
It was. I loved that.
The first one.
I wanted the
second
big
one.
dog guy. You know, what little kid doesn't want that kind of like, you know, friend? Big, furry, flying dog.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, please continue.
We're learning a bit too much about you today. And line 6, what would you like to have?
Let's finish the category, please.
All right, Fantasy Tales, 50 points.
This is the name of a legendary sailor who had numerous fantastic adventures during his voyages.
Line 6.
Sinbad.
Wow. And some of these tales in 1001 Nights came from ancient poetry, such as Homer's Mediterranean-based Odyssey, as well as Indian and Persian collections of mirabilia, or fascinating stories. And line 6, this was a very good category for you. What would you like to have next?
Let's go capital ideas, 20 points, please.
Capital ideas, 20 points.
The metropolitan area of Beijing was settled in the first millennium BC, and the capital of the kingdom Yan was established there as well. It was called Ji. It has often been claimed to be the beginning of Beijing. In China, this capital city has had many names. Between 1928 and 1949, it was known as Beiping. The name was later changed to Beijing because Jing...
Line 6.
Peking.
United, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Because Jing means capital. Thus, Beijing literally means capital in this direction. What is this?
United, 5 seconds.
East.
United?
East.
Line 6.
North.
And it would have helped you to know the Korean Pukyang, which is north capital. And line 6, you get to choose.
We'll continue with capital ideas for 30.
Capital ideas, 30 points.
Its 311,000 residents live in a city originally planned by American architect Walter Burley Griffin, who won an international competition for the design of the new city. The city was a sparsely populated area in 1908 when it was chosen to be the capital city. It was inhabited by the Ngunnawal and the Walgalu tribes. In the Ngunnawal language, the name of this capital city of Australia means meeting place.
United.
Canberra.
Yes. Means meeting place. United, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
All right, we'll close out doors for 50.
Closing doors, 50 points. In regards to her privacy, this woman said, quote, "The story of my life is about back entrances, side doors, secret elevators, and other ways of getting in and out of places so that people won't bother me," end quote. She is a legendary actress. Line 6.
Marlene Dietrich.
United, it's your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. Noted for her beauty and her reticence, Born in Stockholm, she began her career in silent films and successfully made the switch to talkies in Anna Christie during the early 1930s. Who is this? 5 seconds, United. United?
Greta Garbo?
Good guess. She popularized trench coats and berets in the 1930s. And United, you get to choose.
We're going to go with edible chemistry for 40.
Edible chemistry, 40 points. What is the best thing to drink before, during, and after you run? United?
Water.
Water.
Oh. Line 6, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. It's water. Sports drink is a specialty product intended for use in lengthy training or racing. It contains easily digested carbohydrates for muscle fuel, electrolytes replace those lost in sweat, and this, or blank, that are specifically useful in athletic endurance events. This constituent of protein is often added to assist muscle recovery and to supply energy. What is this? Line 6, 5 seconds.
Go ahead.
Line 6.
Is it lactose?
United?
Amino acid.
Yes. And the beverage containing these amino acids was introduced in Korea. And United, you get to choose.
Go to edible chemistry for 50.
Closing the category of edible chemistry, 50 points. Carrots have been renowned for over 2,000 years for their health-giving properties and high vitamin A content. Vitamin A is an alcohol whose structure is exactly 1/2 of this. Division of this molecule by an appropriate enzyme gives 2 molecules of vitamin A. This has an extremely important role in relation to vitamin A. It is naturally occurring pigment responsible for the bright orange color. Line 6.
Keratin?
Yes. We would have also taken beta carotene. And line 6, you get to choose.
Capital ideas, 40 points, please.
Capital ideas, 40 points.
From the time of its independence until 1958, this country's capital was Karachi in the far south.
United.
Pakistan.
Yes. And the construction of Islamabad began in 1961 because of its location in the heartland of the country. It's a very close game. United, you are at 260 and line 6, 310. And United, you get to choose.
We'll go with famous immigrants for 50.
And so let's have famous immigrants for 50 points.
All right, let's do this. In 1974, this person decided to escape from Soviet authority while touring Canada. One day, he exited into a mob of adoring fans at the rear of the theater after his performance. He jumped into a car and sped away to a new life. Soon after his dramatic escape, the Canadian government granted him political immunity and allowed him to work in the government. He is considered one of the world's most esteemed ballet dancers.
Line 6.
Rudolf Nureyev?
United, it's your chance to answer. United.
Baryshnikov?
Yes. He starred in White Nights and as Harry's boyfriend in Sex and the City. And now you're tied at 310 points. So it's a very exciting game. Everything hangs on this question. And so why don't we go with famous immigrants for 40 points.
You guys ready? Here we go. This person was born Welsh, became American, and then was naturalized as a Briton. He was born John Rowlands, the illegitimate child of an absent father. He later changed his name as an adult. This Anglo-American explorer led 2 major expeditions in the East and Central Africa. On November 10th, 1871, he found David Livingstone on Lake Tanganyika, East Africa. Dr. Livingstone, I presume, is a famous phrase of this person. Who is this?
So this is someone we think of when we think of the famous phrase, Dr. Livingstone, I presume? The other guy. Someone at Livingstone. United.
Smith.
Line 6, 5 seconds. And the man we're looking for is Sir Henry Morton Stanley. Stanley and Livingstone. And so, since you guys are tied, and we've gone through all of our questions, we're going to go to our tiebreaker. You each get one chance to answer, so listen carefully. A special feature of the Swedish judicial system, copied in recent years by other countries, is the official known as this. This official's duty is to oversee how the courts and administrators observe and apply the laws. Now, this is somebody responsible for investigating and resolving complaints from consumers or other members of the public against a company, institution, or other. Line 6.
Ombudsman.
It was an incredibly close game. Line 6, congratulations. Win number 2 in a row.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
United, it's an incredibly tough thing to go against a previous week's winner, but you did such a great job. It was fast. It was just an exciting game for us to be part of. I know you have some disappointed supporters. What do you want to say?
We want to say thanks to Caleb for supporting us, and though we might be losers on the show, we are winners in life.
Yes, you are. Thank you very much for joining us. In line 6, you've got tickets to Japan, so how do you feel?
Oh, I need a drink.
Yeah, I need something to drink.
Okay, all right. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And line 6 marks 2 wins under its belt. We'll see them again next week. Join us again then. Bye-bye.